Okay, camera. So we're in a taxi. We've just packed up and left Kandy, and we're on our way to Sigiriya. Sigiriya. Where, yeah, there's a big, massive peak. I think the giant peak that's there is sacred as well. And according to our driver just now, there's wild elephants that might chase us if they're feeling sexy.
Yeah. Many birds, many animals, lot of monkey and lot of birds, and wild elephant also.
Woo!
Wild elephant?
Yes. You go, it's a Sigiriya, Sigiriya Hotel Road. Your hotel road, in the night time, very careful.
Where the elephants chase us?
No, sometimes. Sometimes crazy. Elephant, very warm.
Yeah.
At the sex time, very crazy.
Yeah.
You want sex?
I've been feeling restless. This city is relentless. It wears me down.
We made it to Sigiriya, something like that. I'll never pronounce it properly. But we made it here, and I can't tell you how much it reminds me of West Africa. It kind of reminds me a lot of Burkina Faso. Just kind of the way the hotel is. It's like a lodge with a swimming pool and a restaurant, and it's fenced off and gated off. And then it's like very arid and dry here. The roads remind me of it. It's just like, every now and then we'll see like a Buddhist temple or a Hindu temple, and I'm like, that doesn't belong in Burkina Faso. And then I remember we're not in Burkina Faso. We're in Sri Lanka, and it's hot, way hotter here than it was in Kandy. And because it's hot, we thought that it would be a smart idea to go climb up a hill.
I could use some water, somewhere that I can wander, where I can finally see the sky. All the noise and all the chaos. I only want...
Hey, elephant. So our driver, as we were coming in, told us that sometimes there's wild elephants on this road and that we have to be careful. There's lots of elephant poo, but that's more likely from like people doing elephant rides, which you shouldn't do, by the way, if you're a tourist. Be a good tourist, don't do an elephant ride. But apparently there are wild elephants. So I've been doing like the Canadian thing and just yelling, "Hey, elephant!" and hoping we don't get charged. But I had Keats put on a yellow jacket because it's common knowledge that elephants hate yellow. So they'll take him out and I'll be fine. Okay, we made it to the top. Buckets, absolutely buckets of sweat were dripped. The view is unreal, but there's definitely not gonna be a sunset tonight. There's a ton of haze on the horizon, a little bit of wind, but it was good to come up here anyway for sunset and kind of scout it out and try to figure it out, because now tomorrow we can probably just get away with taking one lens up. It looks like 24 to 70 probably. It also looks like you got to get way over to the left to balance the peak in front of the peaks in the background, or it just kind of looks lopsided. I don't think there's much more than 1 or 2 shots up here, even if the light goes off. But yeah, we're gonna hang out and wait for it to get dark, and then we'll come back in the morning.
Buildings into mountains, streams instead of fountains. Take all the gray and turn it green. People like a sea flowing through the street, passing over me, passing over me. All the noise and all the chaos. I only want to hear the sound of the earth.
It's 5:30 in the morning. Sunrise is in 30 minutes. We're back up top. It is really, really windy up here, and I'm struggling kind of to try to figure out what I want to do with this shot. I tried getting some foreground in, but none of the lines seem to lead the right way. I tried going really telephoto, but something just doesn't look right about the balance with the mountains in the background of the peak of I think it's called Lion's Head, of the big peak. You got the big peak. Obviously, let me try to turn you around and look at my LCD. You got Lion's Peak there, and then you've got these other mountains behind right there. And in a weird way, they kind of just don't balance. They just don't look right together. And as a result, I'm struggling a little bit with composition. I could go really telephoto in and put the lion's head on the left and then the mountains in the background on the right, but I think it just looks a little bit basic. So instead, I'm kind of messing around with some odd compositions. I'm going vertical and trying to capture a lot of sky because there's a lot of cool definition in this sky and getting very little ground in the shot. And I think doing stuff like that is going to help. But sometimes these really obvious, big, huge viewpoints are the hardest thing to photograph. But yeah, going to keep working it out, and hopefully the light keeps coming because it looks like it has a little bit of potential this morning. A little bit hazy, but a little bit of potential too.
I only want to hear the sound of the earth. I only want to feel the ground underneath. No pavement, no concrete, just leaves in my heartbeat. I only want to hear the sound of the earth.
Well guys, the sky is just exploding in this beautiful pink color. I'm struggling trying to capture everything because you've got the beautiful pink sky and you've also got this beautiful green, and by putting a polarizer on, you get the greens to really come out, but it kind of kills the sky a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm taking one photo with the polarizer on to get the greens and get that contrast in the forest, and then a second photo without the polarizer to get the color in the sky, and then I'll blend them together. It looks incredible. I no longer have issues with my composition. It's very simple. It's very big and wide open. It kind of makes the peak look a little bit small, but I still think it's really dramatic. So yeah, this is going well, and yeah, check this out. It's been a fun day. It's been windy, it's been challenging, and it's definitely not the easiest place in the world to photograph. It's so spectacular to the eye, and I just hope the photos translate that. I really hope that the photos translate that. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun so far in Sri Lanka. We are heading on a train journey today, this afternoon, and I guess that's when the next video will come from. We're heading towards Ella, and I guess I'll see you guys there. Peace.